Okay, let me see if I can send out a link. Cool if I could do that from within here. Probably not. Probably have to go to YouTube. And share, copy. And then I would like to open this on my phone so I can see the chat. Okay. Display capture. All right. So we're working on this compiler language, which originally is going to be identical to C. The language we're defining is going to be, well, actually a limited subset of C. And right now we're just trying to parse the C language. The goal with this project is to parse the C language into an AST and then basically print out verbatim that AST into a file, a different file, run like GCC on it to compile that C file, and you'll have an executable. But I'll be able to like catch things in the middle and like change the semantics of the language eventually. But the point is to make it really easy to build a self-hosting compiler. Um, and so that's why we're doing it in this odd way. The first thing we're doing is making defining a compiler that knows how to compile just straight C or a subset of C, and then we'll begin to add. Then we'll compile a compiler in itself, and then we can start adding features to the C language to make it more interesting. So we'll turn it into its own language eventually. But right now, I'm working on just getting the Lexer finished. I think I want to start by, yes, uncommenting this. Does everything still work? I'm also using Zig to compile this just because I don't exactly know how to use the C compiler on Windows, so I'm just using Zig CC, and because that's what I happen to have installed. So, all right. So we need to lex string literals. So let's go up here. I'm going to copy this entire signature. We're going to go down here, paste that. Lex literal string. All right. So it's going to be pretty similar to character literals. So actually, let me start by just copying all of this. Okay. Instead of single quote, we're looking for double quote. Start quote mark. This part is going to be different. And this is the end quotation mark. Okay, and this is going to be string. The type, the token type is going to be string, and we're doing some weird stuff down here um, in order to exclude the quote marks, the quotation marks. All right. So now inside of here, we need some kind of while loop. And we're just going to keep going. I don't know, while input I, so input is the source text of the program. While the ith input is not equal to the double quote, and it's not equal to the escape character. We're going to handle escapes. If this wasn't a compiler, if this was if we didn't need to compile this compiler, I might not need to deal with like escape characters, but I am going to need to deal with escape characters. So it's not equal to the backslash character. I feel like this should be like, all right, so we're going to keep looping. I guess we're just going to kind of iterate. Keep skipping these things. Input I, while input I is not equal to the closing quote, and it's not equal to backslash. Well, maybe this part should be inside the loop body. We should have like if input is equal to the backslash, then sort of just skip the next character, I++. Yeah, I guess that works. I don't like how it formats that. I wish I could do like one-liners. So yeah, if it's like /n, I just want to like skip the backslash and just add it into the thing. If it's /quote, then yeah, we just want to skip over the quote because it's escaped. Okay, so at the end of this, we will have found the ending quote. All right, so if input is equal to the string, the empty string, let's test it. Input is equal to the empty string, then the zeroth character is, or if input, input is a string, but if the input represents quote, quote, then we munch the first quote. We advance I, so now we're putting it here. We say while this is not that, okay, well it is though. So, okay, so we skip this entire loop. We go down here, we need to skip the last quote character. End quote mark. And then I++ again. That's a little weird, but okay. I mean, the only way to get out of this loop is to have a end quote mark, right? I guess we should also add like a null check in here. We should say like, while input I is not equal to that, and input I is not equal to the null character. That's probably smart to put in there. Hopefully someone doesn't send us a backslash and then the end of the string. Oh dear. If input I, this is equals the null character, we need to do like p error. Backslash, I don't know, maybe we could just return false. Return false. Just so that we don't like dereference that. That's probably enough. Okay. In case there's a backslash at the end of file. Okay. This is pretty ugly, but whatever. Is this... Yeah, I++. Okay, this makes sense. So if this points to this, okay, what happens if you have a quote and then it goes to the end of the file? So this part will be true. If input I equals the null character, return false. String wasn't closed before UF. Okay. But advance past the oh, actually, that'll be handled here, and then we advance past the quote mark. Yeah, okay. All right, literal string, and we want to drop the quotes. Subtract 2 to drop the quotes. Yes. And return true. Okay. All right, let's test it out. So we're going to go down here. We're going to say, there's only 3 spaces. What am I doing? Char pointer my stir equals backslash quote, blah, blah, and I also want backslash n in there. Okay, and then it ends with slash n. All right, let's see if this passes the Lexer. And input. I'm getting an error. Out token. Unrecognized token starting with quote. Okay, Meister down here. Meister equals quote. So it doesn't know what kind of token that is. That's bizarre. Let me quickly, okay, this is getting on my nerves. I'm using semicolon down here. When I actually want to use this, I want to say, okay, assuming there are no errors in this first command, then run the compiler. Let me quickly check how to do that in PowerShell. PowerShell, ampersand, ampersand. Can I get ampersand to work in PowerShell? In CMD, in PowerShell, the closest thing you can do is, okay, in PowerShell 7 you can do this. So in the okay, so parentheses. Do I need the parentheses? Dash and. Let's try that. Dash and. No, this is not gonna. Yeah, probably need these parentheses. Okay. What's wait, what? False? If ugh. You do this semicolon if dollar question mark run tests. Okay, I get this. Turn true, also turn true, second test. What? Okay, yeah, people are similar but not equivalent. This is frustrating. Okay, I'm just gonna use if $0. Is it if $0? If dollar question mark, okay. So I'm gonna do this. Semicolon if dollar question mark braces. Okay. There we go. Alright, that's bizarre, but whatever. You know, I should really add that to the README. README.md running Zig. Wait. PowerShell. Zig CC. paracc.c-o paracc.exe semicolon if dollar question mark dot slash paracc.exe. Okay, let's commit readme. Okay, just so I don't forget how to do that. Okay, so 108 I believe is equals, and then we're getting an error. Okay, so we have some problem with parsing strings. Let's see if the backslash is the problem. Is the backslash a problem? No, the backslash is not the problem. Does an empty string work? Quote, quote. I think it actually does. We need to go here, and we need to say or out token type equals took literal string. Really? Okay. So auto formatter is not my favorite. Okay, so the empty string does work. That's good. So empty string works. Let's run it through with just a single character in there. If, okay, input is not that, then break out, otherwise advance. Okay, so now we're pointed at here at the A. While the input is not equal to this and the input is not equal to that, all right, well, that's the case. We're pointed at A right now. Then if the input is equal to backslash, then we need to advance past the backslash. Oh yeah, okay, so maybe that was the problem. All right, well, let's try this. Okay, clearly that still works. That's good. And now let's add QWERTY in there. And we get QWERTY, backslash quote, backslash n. Let's see if it captures those. Oh, these actually need to be backslash, backslash, backslash quote, backslash, backslash n. So I need backslash and I need the quote mark, but this is inside of a string. So in order to get the quote mark, is actually backslash quote mark, and in order to get a literal backslash, I need backslash backslash. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's test this. Yes, that works. All right, cool. All right. So let's commit this. Lex string literals. Next, what we're going to do is I think I've forgotten a couple keywords and symbols. So for instance, I was thinking we need token ampersand 111, and we need struct, int token struct equals 314. We need anything else? I think we're going to need angle brackets because actually, yeah, I was thinking about this. These should actually be angle brackets. Oops. Right? Like, I just completely forgot how to do this. Yeah, okay. So I think we are going to need angle brackets up here. So that's essentially going to be the same thing as a quote, as a string literal. So let's literal char, literal string. should I just copy this entire function? Yes. Yank. Lex literal import angle bracket name. I don't even know what this is called. Where's KNR? Let's look it up. They have the grammar in the back of the C programming language by Kernighan and Ritchie. They have the grammar at the back, so I can look this up. File operations, grammar. Because all these things have names. Struct declarator, declarator. Struct or union specifier, struct union. I'm looking for pound include effectively. If def, if ndef, include, okay. File inclusion. The characters in the name, file name, must not include the closing bracket, the closing angle bracket, or new line. And the effect is undefined if it contains any of quote, backtick, or no, single quote, slash or backslash, wait, backslash or /star. Okay. Oh god. File name. Okay, so this is like file name. Alright. Angle bracket, file name. Alright. So Lex literal angle bracket file name. So the first thing we want is the angle bracket. And then if it's not equal to the closing angle bracket down here, we also can't allow a backslash. If it equals backslash, then, I mean, return false. Okay. Like, that's bad. And then at the end marker, I guess we need a token type for this. Literals. What even is this? Identifier, it's kind of an identifier. Int token angle bracket file name is 401 and double quote file name is 402. Okay, this is bizarre. Lex literal string angle bracket file name. So the type is going to be angle bracket file name. We want to chop off, yeah, the outer two. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Start marker. All right, this is a lot of duplication, but whatever. I'm just gonna copy, oops, undo, ugh. Oh yeah, yank, sorry. Paste. Double quote file name. Start quote mark. Wait, what? Start marker. Well, it's not equal to quote. The end marker is quote. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna abstract this a little bit, but whatever. It's only two things. And then this is going to be double quote file name. Okay. So let's go down and test it out. Include stdio.h. Include my file.h, and we're going to use quotes. Oh, right. Okay, I need to actually add it to the Lexer. So down here in Lex. Interesting. So do I put it above Lex literal string or below Lex literal string? I guess what we actually want to do is just treat it like a literal string. Lex angle and literal angle bracket file name. Why is it called that? Rename the symbol. Angle bracket file name. Okay, and then down here we also need to say or out token type equals token angle bracket file name. I don't know how to break this up and still make the autocomplete happy, or the auto formatter happy. Ugh. Do I put these after? Yes. No. Yes. And I guess I'm supposed to put this here? Okay. Alright. Alright, now run, please. stdio.h. So this is 401, which I believe is a string literal. 401. 401, 401. Oh, it's an angle bracket file name, yeah. And then 202 should be the string literal, yeah. Okay. Double quote file name, so let's get rid of that one. And then Lex literal double quote file name, we're just going to get rid of this one. Okay. I don't want to special case it, so we're just going to leave it like this. All right. My file.h, stdio.h, yeah. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, right, because I did not put a semicolon there. I mean, not that it matters, but it will matter once I start parsing this. So let's update that in any case. Okay, 107 is probably semicolon. 107 char pointer meister equals something semicolon, yeah, and curly brace, yeah, okay. All right, so let's commit this. Lex angle bracket file names. And I think the next thing we should do is add comments, as support comments. So that is going to be in, let's see, allow white space. Expect space. While is space. This should be bool. Found space bool in comment equals false. Inside comment. I don't know, this might be easier if we just say while true and then do if. Else if star input equals slash and input if star, okay, if star input is equal to null, okay, if star input is equal to null, honestly, why don't we put this all the way up at the top? Else if is space, then we're going to do this. Else if input equals slash, return true. Yeah.
You streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, just coming in to, I guess, put on some deodorant.
Man, I only want one thing. It's disgusting.
Brothers are always walking in your room, flexing in the mirror, and then applying a stick of Old Spice timber with sandalwood.
Yeah. We're neck deep, Levi.
Balls deep.
Yeah.
In what?
Horrible sea.
The
tedious.
process as explained before. What part of the process are you
Very, very early. We're still trying to lex the input. So it's like, what was I just talking about? Liaison.
Yeah.
Uh,
What the hell
what's
does
the
this have to do with
example?
liaison?
What's the example?
Everything's an example.
Oh, hottest hits versus hot as tits.
Yes.
We're still trying to like distinguish those.
What? I thought you were making a parser.
Yeah, that's the first step. You gotta like tokenize things,
Oh.
break them up into words correctly.
What? Just if there's a space.
Okay, but what happens if you call a function and you do name of function parenthesis? There's no space. You don't put a space in between the.
Okay, if there's a space, or if there's parentheses, those are their own thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
This
What
is
about
easy.
what about inside of a string literal? You can
Inside of
have
a
spaces inside of string literals.
so like as in print line.
Yeah, inside of a string. You do
Okay.
quote and then blah 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 blah, and there could be
Okay.
spaces in there.
This is easy. You just say if there's some quotes, take all the stuff that's inside the quotes. That's its own thing.
Okay, what happens if you want a double quote inside of your string? Then you got to do backslash quote inside of your string, right? Because you don't want it to look like you're ending the string. You want it to say,
Yeah.
okay, so that's complexity.
Okay, so you just gotta look up all the rules and just
Also,
one by one add them in.
also, yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it takes forever. And we're doing it in C, so it's complicated.
Here's what you do. You gotta outsource this. Make yourself a servitor. Make yourself a function where you can just be like, new rule. If there's one of these, it's an exception. Just like, because it's just a million exceptions, right?
Yeah.
So speed up the process. Just say like, when there's an exception, what character am I looking for?
All right. Well, if you can figure out how to get the computer to accept that
Well, I mean, I
in
would. I'm
C,
just,
not
I
in
gotta go to a
Prolog.
meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, so I'll see you.
Look at the time.
All right. What am I even doing? Expect space. If is space, if you get to the end of the input, certainly, then break with true. Or I don't even know. What is, oh yeah, end of file is true by definition. Sure. Okay, and then in the else case down here, return false. No, return found space. Okay. Inside of comment. So if the input is equal to this, if input 1 is equal to this, so if we have slash slash comments, then we know we're in a comment. I mean, this could be and, right? Input 1 equals, yeah, okay. It's a little nicer. All right. Then we need to go into a while loop. While input star input. Also, where am I updating new input? Oh, down here at the very end. So I guess I should just break in this case. I should break in that case as well. Okay, while input is not equal to new line, the new line character and star input is not equal to end of the stream, the end of the file, then we're just gonna keep advancing and throwing stuff away. So input plus plus. Okay, let's see if that works. Where's my test? Let's go / this is a comment, and there's a slash n. Can I move this, move panel to the right? That would probably work better. Okay, so that we should see my func 1, 2, 3 paren brace 302. Paren brace 302. Okay, my func 1, 2, 3 paren brace 302. Yes, so it's successfully throwing away comments. Okay. Throw away comments. Commit. All right. I mean, I think. Okay. I have a couple more. How do I maximize panel size? How do I just make this go away? Yeah, like that. Okay. So I added ampersand to an angle bracket file name. I added ampersand. I never parsed it. Is that what the lighter shade of green is? Okay, that's cool. Oh, and struct. Okay. Angle bracket file name. Why does that look less green? Find. No. Final references. Yeah, here and here. Okay, I don't know why it's that color. Whatever. Okay, struct and ampersand. So symbol and a keyword. It's a symbol and a keyword. Symbol right here. Ink. Symbol is the ampersand. Ampersand. And the keyword is going to go here. Ink, paste, struct. Okay. Let's test it out. So we want struct my type int x semicolon close brace new line. All right. My type x semicolon semicolon, close brace. 303 is probably void, and then my func. Yeah, okay. Sure would be nice if we had like a hash table or something. All right. Lex ampersand and struct. Keyword ampersand symbol and struct keyword. Okay. I think the Lexer is done. I would like to delete these. It'd be kind of nice to refactor some of this into a new file, and I would have to figure out how to include this file. So let's make a new file, call it lex.c. And let's just like copy basically everything. All the way down to here. Delete, go into lex.c, paste it in. Delete all this stuff, paste it in above. Pound include lex.c. I mean, really, it's like a lex.h. Can I rename lex.c? Rename lex.h. And let's see if this still works. From this, we're using lex all input. Okay. Yeah, it still works. Nice. Okay. So now we've moved all this stuff over into its own file, which is nice. And we're going to commit this. We're going to say move all lexing code into its own file. Stage changes. Sure would be nice. I should make a repository for this. Let me hide the display capture, sign in. Okay. I might as well do this off camera. So